I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. Oh. Very simple ingredients, very simple process. We've got our butter, garlic, thyme, rosemary, lemon, avocado, cooking oil, ginger, kale, salmon of course, and rice. Now, this is just packaged salmon from the grocery store, run of the mill. I'm gonna slice it into two and we're gonna get it going. The very first and most crucial step to making the food taste as good as possible is to crack open a cold one, take a nice refreshing sip. Alright, let's get it started. The first thing you want to do to your salmon is to pat it dry. That way you can get a nice sear and crispy bacon-like skin. You take the towel, cut that puppy dry. I am going to go ahead and cut it right down the center. Nice and thick slices. Come nice and dry. Meanwhile, this guy was chasing your tail. Sorry, not for you. The thing I almost forgot to bring out is the critical kosher salts. The reason why Salt Bae does it from up high is because it's a lot more even when you drop it from high up, as opposed to down low and then it's kind of spotty and you can over salt it really easily. I'm going to go ahead and apply my salt and pepper. Now the prep. I'm going to get the rice going.
2,000 years later.
I'm just going to do 1 cup of rice, slightly less. And for this instant maker, I like it because it's got a little measurement thing on there. And you put the rice in, and then you just fill it up to 1. If I did 1 cup, cool. I'm gonna set that in there, turn it on, and do flash rice. Now that's going. Okay, well that sits there. I'm going to go ahead and wash the kale. Definitely not going to make all of it, since it's just me eating tonight. you think is good, double it. Alright, that should be good. Let's go ahead and chop some garlic. There might be a lot of people better at this than I am. That's okay. bit of oil. Dip that in there. A little bit more oil. Got the garlic in there. I like to add a little bit of ginger for flavor. Also, kale and ginger, super good for you. So it's like a super side to the whole thing. Alright. Mix that in mixed. Of course, the garlic will fall to the bottom, but that's all right. More so just trying to mix up the oil and the ginger. All right, now I'm gonna leave that alone at a relatively low heat. So like 3 will be good. Okay, now, very important, stainless steel. Stainless steel is just awesome for a good sear. I'm going to use a decent amount of cooking oil. I like to use pure avocado oil, but you could use any high heat cooking oil. And I'm going to go ahead, turn that on high. Always forget, got to grab my big spoon. Now the magic spoon will come into play here in a moment. Okay, so again, now that the salt has had time to draw out some of the moisture, because that's what salt does, I'm going to go ahead and pat this again. Just to have it as dry as possible. These have been sitting out of refrigeration for as long as I've been getting everything ready here. And once the oil is heating up, got a little water in there. Cut that. Even though this is a low heat, it is cooking, so occasionally you want to kind of stir it, toss it. Okay, this oil is looking good. Once it's starting to have kind of a shimmer and smoking, then it's ready. Now what I like to do while that's heating up, get my garlic, separate the little pieces. I am going to leave the skins on, but obviously the big flaky boys. I'm gonna get off. That sound. Don't comment about that. Alright. Let's see. I do like to crush the garlic just to open it up. Yeah. One thing is I don't really know if it has that great of an effect, but the times that I've made this, it has turned out so good. So I just make sure I repeat what I did before. Okay. That's all gonna go together. Now, I just have these off to the side because I'm not ready to use them just yet. The searing is gonna take place first in the cooking oil, and then I'm gonna dump the oil into the jar and then baste it with butter to finish it off. Alright, I'm going to get my cooking rack ready over here. Carrie is on standby, watching intently. She's doing great. Okay, now that's shimmering, it's smoking real good. So let's add our pieces. I am gonna do skin down. Place it away from you so it doesn't splash onto you. just let them sit. Don't move them. Don't try to check them or anything like that. The skin will be nice and crispy and ready when you can move it on its own. So I'm just going to let that get a good sear in the oil for about a minute, minute and a half, and then I'll flip it over. I'm going to bring the heat down just a little bit. 6.5. 5.5, sorry. In the meantime, get this put together. I'm going to go ahead and put that on for you. Okay, now the dangerous part. I'm going to go ahead and just try and check these and move them to the side a little bit. They're moving super easily, so I'm going to flip them over. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Now, go ahead, dump the oil. We're going to get our butter in there. Put our garlic on. Rosemary and thyme, we'll just put right on there. And with my magic spoon, I'm going to keep it over the fire and just bury these in the herbs. Start basting it. Look at that. Delightful. Beautiful. Very nice. You don't have to do this for super long because it actually does cook it super fast. So that's nice. Once the butter is starting to have less of a, the foaming on top and more of just a flat brown consistency to it, then it's starting to burn and you've used it up. So these are now good to put on the resting ground. Kill the heat. Now the important thing is, with just about any meat that you can sear, that you let it rest. And it's even better when you can let it rest on a proper resting rack, so all the juices can drip down and it will become very juicy. There. And I do like to let it rest with the garlic and herbs on top of it. They will be moved off when it is time. The duration, let it rest for as long as you cook it for. I don't time anything. I don't check temperatures. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that, but I kind of do more of a freestyle method, and it turns out fine. You just kind of know when things are good and whatnot. See, the kale is cooked down and reduced greatly. So that's looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat on that as well. One of the last things we're gonna do now is go ahead and cut the lemon. I'm gonna use probably half. I'm gonna do 4 really good slices. Oh, look at that. It's just gonna stand up. Will this one do it too? Oh, that's okay. Alright. So I'm gonna keep the sides the same and cut the other half. Alright. Beautiful. Get out of the kitchen! Get out of the kitchen! Cool. So those need to. Ooh, I should close that. Why did I not close it? Oh, stupid thing. All right. Now with those rest, just do a little bit of cleanup. Less I'll have to do when I'm done eating. Magic spoon. Check on that rice. Oh yeah, perfect. Heck yeah. That looks amazing. Alright, now it's time to plate everything. So the fork. Don't need a knife. It's so good. Alright, we got our plate. I'm gonna go ahead and add some rice. Now, listen to that crispiness.